Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. Shabbat shalom. It's the last Shabbat of year 6021. Praise Yahweh ben Yahweh. Just sitting here resting on the Shabbat on the screen in porch, eating pistachios. And was studying earlier. I had a conversation with a sister asked me about numbers and stuff, and then we got into the Yahweh talk about calendars, numbers, counting, solar time, and it was a blessing, and I wanted to share, and I was like, share with everybody that didn't know or understand about the solar time or whatever, or might not understand that today is the last Shabbat of the year. Tomorrow is actually day 0 at the start of a new year. So tomorrow or this evening when the sun go down, we could actually say Happy New Year to Hebrew brothers and sisters, especially those of us in the nation of Yahweh, but to all people. And so I just wanted to say that. But I wanted to show you this calendar that Ball Chapter 7 produced. This calendar. This is just one of the calendars that you can keep up with solar time, but the true time, Hebrew Israelite time, has all the Shabbat days, the feast days. Let me show you. Okay. I don't know if that too much glare, but yeah, that's better. There you go. But this the 12th month, and you see here is March. The Shabbat was our Shabbats fall. Like I said, today is a Shabbat, so Friday so Thursday evening to Friday. All right, and so you see we here. It is now March 9th. And this is the 365th day of the year, because it's 30 days in every Hebrew month. And Hebrew, if you know the scriptures, of course, I'm speaking to a lot of Hebrews, and I'll answer other questions, if you don't understand certain things about scripturally how the calendar is in the scriptures. The calendar but it was Yahweh ben Yahweh that broke the code and put everything all together. You have some Hebrews that's on Enoch's calendar, and with the 364 day years basically, and then you have other ones that's still following Judaism and everything like that. The Judaism calendar, which is still merged with the Gregorian calendar, Roman calendar that we use in the world today. So you want to learn about the true calendar, that how our Hebrew Israelite brothers and sisters had the perfect calendar back in the days of Adam, as we was Adam. Prior to 6,000 years, we was on a perpetual calendar, and we didn't have leap years, and we didn't have some days was some months was 31 days in that month, and some other months was 30, and then 1 month every 4 years is 29 days in that month. We didn't have none of that. We just had a perpetual. So how do we follow that? You know what I'm saying? We follow that by just counting solar time. We knew how to count. And if you don't know how to count from 0, then you're going to be off time. out of time. These people that we following or whatever, this society and the world that we live in is going off of out of course and out of time. They out of order, and so they don't know how to. They don't count from. They don't teach you how to count from zero. They teach you how to count from one. But it's evidence that counting from zero is absolutely mathematically the correct way, because even when you tell time on a clock, the hour starts with zero, and then it goes. For example, what time is it now? I don't know what time it is now. I don't have nothing there. I don't want to interrupt the broadcast by looking on my phone to see what time exactly it is. But let's see. Okay. It's about to be 5 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, right? So you got 450. It's 4:51 right now, right? So you got at 5, when the time hit 5, it has 5, and then you got 500. It starts at 0 right there, evidence. Then you got then it starts at 1, 501, 502. It starts at 0 when you stopwatches. You know what I'm saying? Start on 0. On a stopwatch, it got you don't start it unless it start on the double zero or on all the triple zeros that stand for seconds, minutes, and hours, or whatever. Hold on for a second. Here come my son. Watch this. You okay, Yuji? You could put the stuff down and before you open the door on the screen, son. Okay. And you have to be please be quiet, because Daddy Dee talking about the solar calendar. Okay. So you got so what was I at? Oh, the double zero. They start on the zeros on a stopwatch, and then also on your birth, when you're born, when a child is born, you don't start with 1 year. You don't start just at one. They do not just come out 1 years old. They come out seconds old. They start out as soon as they born. The seconds start. So you start on that stopwatch. On double on all the 3 sets of zeros, and then you go from there. You know what I'm saying? So and then you go from days, you go from minutes to hours to days to to weeks. You know what I'm saying? To months. You know what I'm saying? And keep going on and on and on and so forth till you get to the year, and then we start counting by years, keeping it annually on the of how old you are, so to speak, in the physical frame. So yeah, that's evidence of that we should start counting from zero when we count. So why not we doing the calendar this way? Well, Yahweh revealed to us that counting by zero, and I recommend the book, the Mathematics of Yahweh book, Supreme Mathematics book, written by Yahweh Ben Yahweh. You can check that out on Ball Chapter 7. You can get that from www.yahwehbenyahweh.com, the Peace Foundation. You might be able to catch some Yahweh University publishings that are printed out for you for donations. So you got so I want to show you here. You have Yuji Israel, please. And so so there you got, today is the 9th. This is the 365th day of the year, because like I said, these calendar is going by 30. The months of 30, all the months. Maybe I can flip back and show y'all. This the 10th month. I kind of skipped over, but that's the 11th month right there. And like I said, these are all the Shabbats. I'm not showing you. We got the feast days too, because when you get to like the 7th month, see, all of these is 30. Like I said, every month in the Hebrew calendar. So just 7 months, just to show y'all that we keep count. The calendar is perfect. It has our feast days. So this is the 7th month with the Feast of Tabernacles and all of Shabbats and the feast lined up in that. I'll call them back. I'll call you back if you will call me if you're watching the video. So like I said, 12th month, 300, and you add those extra 5 days. Yahweh figure that out to keep, because you can't, you have to keep the Shabbats. It's still perfect when you keep in count, because in reality, it still takes, 365.4 days to revolve around the sun, to go around the sun. So you add these 5 days at the end on the 12th month. These 5 days, you keep a Shabbat, because you never lose a Shabbat. Boom, and you go from there, and then you start on this calendar. They got it set up to where you flip back to the beginning, and like I said, it's perpetual. Because now, like I said, we in March. That was March 9th. We in March 10th again right here. And this zero, March 10th, tomorrow will be, you starting from zero, start zero. That zero every year will account for that point 0.4. If you count it from zero, that's why I was saying they calendar, they can't count, it's off. When you start from zero, void is zero. That's which is in the scripture. The solar calendar consists of 12 equal months of 30 days each. At the end of the 12th month, you count 5 days and start over, counting from zero. Time has to start counting from zero. The solar year is a cycle that goes from year to year. That's Exodus 13:10. Thou shalt therefore keep this ordinance in his season from year to year. So, zero, tomorrow, March 10th. Then 1, March 11th. All right, and then you start counting. 1, 2, 3, 4. And these days are split because evening and morning. This is to represent the evening and the morning, because us Hebrews, we understand that the day starts at evening. So the evening and the morning. So this calendar confiscates for that. So you have 6 up to 6. Boom. And then 16. On the evening of the 16th, you have day 7. Because that's 6. Day 7. So the Shabbat falls on the first Shabbat falls on the 17th of this year. March 17th. The first Shabbat. Then you have that first Shabbat. It's going to be on a Friday. All right. So that's, see how the Shabbat, how now our solar calendar, it rotates in perfection through all the days of the week, because their calendar is off. Not because Yahweh's calendar is off. Our calendar is off. Their calendar is off. Just like, and your evidence of that is that even when you follow their calendar, on your birthday, when you're born, going back to the example of the birthdays, on the example of your birthday, when your birthday, on your birthday, your birthday goes through every day of the year, every year. So whatever the day your birthday was on last year, if your birthday was on Thursday last year, it'll be on Friday this year. Check your calendar and verify that. Check your calendar and verify that for me. And I'm pretty sure I know it, because I done paid attention to it for the last over 10 years. I realized that over 10 years I've been realized. I was like, man, why my birthday rotate through the days? Even before I woke up to this calendar, I realized that into the solar time. So I was just like, wow, that is. So I saw how this rotate, how this came to be true for the Shabbat. So now you have, if y'all could go look, because I can't, like, I'm on my phone right now. I don't have another calendar around me right now, a Gregorian calendar. I don't have one. But if you check, and y'all can, post in the comments or whatever, You can check, and I'm pretty sure the 16th is a Friday, and that evening, the 17th is a Saturday. So at evening on Friday and Saturday morning will be Shabbat. So our Shabbats rotate back to what everybody's used to this year in 6022. 6,000 years, 6022 Shabbats will be with a lot of other Hebrew Israelites and all and on the Friday sundown, Saturdays Shabbat. All right. And next year it'll be on Sunday. It'll be Saturday at evening and then Sunday for 6,000 years, 6,023 or 2019. It will be that, it'll be on Sunday. So, like I said, you know, as following the Shabbats, because the next Shabbat, of course, we know 14th day of Abib starts the Passover, and that's shown here. Feast of Unleavened Bread. There. And so on and so forth. But I just wanted to share that with my brothers and sisters today. About the and testify y'all that we on time. Uh Over here with the solar calendar that Yahweh Ben Yahweh blessed us to have. And if you want more information on how this solar calendar is based off of, the video is on this channel. It's called the True Shabbat. The True Shabbat has 3 different Yahweh Ben Yahweh classes of him talking and verifying or speaking about how to keep solar time, how solar time came up with that, how he came up with realizing that Yahweh revealed to him the solar calendar. It's start on a True Shabbat, so please, you can go view that on this channel. 3 different classes. Another class called Shabbat and Inheritance. He verifies it there. Other brothers and sisters in the Nation of Yahweh on their channels and pages, they have certain other classes that verify that what he speaks about the soul calendar. You have the time interview. You can research that, Yahweh Ben Yahweh time interview. When actual Time magazine, they interview him, and it's a live video with him he talks about that, and about the rotating Shabbat on solar time on that. What other? There's some other classes. There's a lot of other classes. There's so many. But yeah, you just go check them out. Ball Chapter 7. They stay posting. They constantly posting every week. They posting now. They posting about the Judgment of the Red Seas, I believe, series from Yahweh Ben Yahweh. So those is there. But like I said, we on time, and I want to show y'all the front of this calendar real quick. Praise Yahweh, praise Yahweh Ben Yahweh, and this is solar time as defined by Yahweh Ben Yahweh. All right. So Shabbat Shalom to y'all. Shabbat Shalom. Praise Yahweh. Praise you, Hey Yahweh Bet Noon Sofit, you Hey Yahweh. All glory and thanks goes to the Messiah, Yahweh Ben Yahweh, for putting us back on solar time. And my son over here just listening to learn. So praise Yahweh. Shalom.